Hey guys, Dev here at WeBuyHouses.com. Welcome to Cash Offer Masterclass, episode number 53. Today we're going to look at this beautiful house in Allen, Texas. That thing is supposedly $1.1 million. And we're going to go inside of that thing and look at it and see if their $300,000 discount is enough for us to make some money off a property like that. Before we do, I thought we'd take a quick look at another one that came in. I'll just make a couple of points about it, and we'll do the deep dive here on the Allen house. This one came in from Fazio Real Estate Solutions. Again, I have no relationship with Fazio. I use their content in my videos. But they're a great wholesaler here in Texas. I think they do stuff in Florida and other places. If you have any interest in the property that I'm showing you today, you can reach out to Jade Vaughn at 214-646-9646. She can tell you about any of the houses I'm showing you today, or any of the ones that they have available. So that's that. And we're first looking at this one in Dallas, Texas on Forest Lane. This is a very typical 3-2 1,500 square foot house on a quarter-acre lot. It doesn't get much more typical than this. It's built in 1960. But the reason I didn't jump in on this one is, well, they said the ARV is 340 and the opportunity to buy it for cash at $259,900, $260,000. Well, just immediately as I look at that, I'm not seeing enough of a discount for a cash buyer, assuming the ARV is correct. And if I jump over to Zillow, I see a couple of things. Number one, this house is listed. It was, if I come down here to price history, they came out at 400. They went in April to 350. They went in October to 300. And now there's a pending sale, which I assume is the sale to Fazio. And in Texas, we don't report the number on the actual transaction, so they could have offered a number well short of 300, but Zillow shows the pending offer right there with the price cut of 50,000. So you can see they've been trying to find the value, what somebody would pay for this home on the MLS, and I don't really think it was 300. So the 340 is, probably not going to hold on there if we did our ARV or a CMA on this house. If it was worth 340 and after repaired value, our 70% factor would bring that to 238. So if there were no repairs needed on this house, and it was worth 340 in its fully restored value, which I don't believe, we'd be at 238. If it was at 300, we'd be closer to 200 on our offer. So yeah, that one's just not going to do it. I doubt it's in excellent condition. Let's take a quick look. Why not? Yeah, see, it looks like it needs full cosmetic. Broken floor tiles. Flooring looks pretty bad. All the walls look like they need to be painted. We've got cracks and cracks and cracks. So there's probably a foundation to be done on this house. Full restoration, more cracked tiles there. I like that double sink vanity there in that bathroom. That's not bad. Shower doesn't look that bad. Really, looks like somebody did something there. Although I think I don't know what's going on with the tile up there at the top. Maybe that. Oh, it's probably an illusion from the door. Never mind. All right, bad floors, bad walls, bad ceilings. It's just a cosmetic rehab. Full cosmetic rehab probably needs a foundation too. Who knows about the roof? What did they say? They said no known issues on everything except foundation. Yeah. So that house needs a foundation. So that offer would be sub 200 by the time you did your real ARV on this, which is going to be closer to 300. you're going to be closer to 200 with needing all that work. So I let that one go. I thought that one wasn't going to be the one we were looking for today. Oh, wait, that's the Zillow listing for it. All right, so let's look at this house. This will be fun, I think. This house is very impressive. Look at that bad boy. That is a very cool house right there. This is in Allen, Texas. Let me show you where Allen is. Allen's up in the northeast little bit part of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, north of Plano. As the rich people bought and built houses, they went this direction. And so first it was Plano, and there's really a lot of nice houses in Plano, $1 million houses and stuff. But Frisco, Little Elm, Allen, all these areas up here, McKinney, Prosper. This is where all the big money went. And these houses are still turning pretty quickly because like people coming from California that sold a little house for $3 million are able to come here to this area in Texas and buy a $1 million house that would have cost them $10 million in California. As I zoom in, it's kind of on the far right side of that Allen area. They have an HEB, which is the best grocery store if you've ever been there. I just recently went to one, and I'm jealous that I don't have one here in Arlington. We went to one in Mansfield, Texas, and it was really nice. But yeah, this Walmart Supercenter, this is a very, very nice area. It's going to have all the stuff, I'm sure it's got the Chick-fil-A. No, it's got Golden Chick, Annie Ann's, Jersey Mike's. I really like Jersey Mike's, and that's pretty close. So I'm really tempted to buy this $1 million house because of the Jersey Mike's and the HEB. All right, let's jump into this thing. They told us, and again, this is Fazio Real Estate Solutions. Thank you, Fazio. They told us this house has 5 bedrooms, 3 baths, built in 1999, 3,160 square feet, and it sits on a big 2-acre lot. This is a beautiful property, beautiful property. Fazio says on the Big Find, there are no known issues. It has a tax assessed value of $880, and they're offering it to us for $800. Based on a $1.18 million ARV. Remember, the ARV is our after repaired value. Now, I don't think we're going to find a lot of repairs to be done here. So the question is going to be, is this house bought at $800 something that we could turn and sell and make money off of it? That's all we care about. But I also like to look at cool houses. So thought this would be kind of fun either way. But I'm telling you, here again, as I look at this one, if it was a 1 point, let's see, let's bring up my little calculator here. If it was 118,000 and we were paying a 70% discount factor, that would be 826. And so that if the ARV was correct that the wholesaler's telling us, the 800 would be a pretty good value on this house. So this one's worth diving into, but I'm concerned about that ARV. And here's why. Now, in step 1, calculating the after repaired value, what we could sell the house for after we acquire it, hold it, fix it, list it, finally get it sold, we think, what could we sell the house for? That's the ARV, or after repaired value. And so there's 2 ways that we confirm what it is. One, if we are licensed, we would use the MLS and we would perform a competitive market analysis looking at nearby properties sold in the last 90 days. And we would compute dollars per square foot of those sold recently, apply it to the 3,160 on this house. And, that's what the CMA would tell us the house is worth, what it would probably sell for. The other thing that's very helpful if you're licensed about a CMA is that with the MLS, you get visibility on days on market. You get a sense of how long you would hold the property at a particular price point. Holding costs on this property could kill you. Like if you bought this thing for $800, thought you were going to turn around and sell it for 1.2, and well, that was top of the market. you might find yourself holding this house for months, and that could wipe out any opportunity to make profit on the deal. So let's confirm. The CMA is one way to do it, and then our way, when we're not licensed and we don't have access to the MLS, is to go look at multiple public sites that have valuation tools and see what they think the house is worth, and then we average those. So we look at Zillow. Zillow, says 884 on this house. We look at the price history. They said back at the peak, 2022 to 2023 peak, it was worth about $1 million, but Zillow's saying now 884. Realtor has it at 1,032,000, and their number is coming from Quantarium. CoreLogic has it at 962. So if we look at Redfin's at $1 million and $1 million and $6,000, $1,007,000. So let's see. We go down here. What do they have to tell us? They say it's a pretty balanced market that we would expect about 60 days, 58, they say on market. It's going up just a little bit. They're selling close to list out there at 97%. Median sale price $459. So the house is on the higher end of the market, even in Allen. Like you see some houses down here like that one, more typical 3.2 in Allen's going to be like 425. There's a 5-bedroom, 5-bath, 5,000 square foot house for 1.7. There's some really nice houses out there in Allen. So, and then I looked at Property Radar, which is my tool that we use internally in our call center and our research of properties all over the country. So it's a very good tool for us. I put those numbers in right here. Property Radar, by the way, was at $996,000. The average comes out to $980. And once again, it's Zillow is pulling down the average. I have a feeling if we did a CMA on this, it would be closer to $1 million. But for now, I'm going to go with what the data is telling me and what the average has computed, which is 980. So if I come over here into the model, there's 3,160 square feet. It's at $310 per square foot that we get to the $980,000 average of the sites that we have checked for this property. And so what does that tell us? It tells us that it's probably not 1.2. I think it might be closer to 1, to be honest. Like, I really do like the Property Radar. And if you look at these, million, almost $1 million. I think it's closer to $1 million. And let's just say, if we went up to 320 a square foot, a little over $1 million, then at the 70% discount factor, we could pay $700,000 for it. So you can kind of see the problem that we have here. It's a great property. It's just probably not an investor deal at 800. If we could get it at closer to 650 or 700, there would be, and it was in perfect condition, there would probably be enough spread in there to buy, hold, market, sell, stage, whatever you got to do to sell this property. But I think we'd have to be at 650 to 700 to do that. Let's look at this thing. I can't wait to see. Oh, are they just sending us to the pics? I think they are. Yeah, they're just sending us to Realtor. That's okay. We'll look at Realtor real quick. See look at that house. That is really cool. 3-car over there on the back side with that drive around. You don't see the garage from the front. I love that. Beautiful. Excuse me. Beautiful inside. That's fancy living right there. I love those floors. Those are probably real wood in this $1 million house. Those are probably not your luxury vinyl plank. I bet that's real wood. Beautiful colors, textures. Yeah, so nice. Looks like they do have carpet in some of these areas, like the living area. And a nice clean white tile in the kitchen. Really nice. Really nice. Yeah. So nice. Unfortunately, we can't afford this one. Not as an investor. Now, if you want to go live in Allen, you know, $800,000 for a place like this in Allen, pretty nice. If you got the money, like, man, imagine borrowing 800. Well, let's say you had 100 to put down. Imagine borrowing 700,000 at today's rates. I don't think that would be pretty. I'm not going to calculate that. I'm just going to imagine hanging out in this beautiful home. I love those floors. Nice fireplace. TV above the fireplace, I'm not a fan of because you end up looking up like that. People don't really want to do that. But it's pretty nice. And really, that was their only choice other than that wall right there, which is probably where I would have put it. Nice bedrooms. This is a perfect house. I think it looks like there could be a little age showing. It's a 25-year-old house, 26 years old. There could be a little age showing around some of the edges. You know, I see a little bit there and a little bit there. You know, it doesn't look quite crisp and clean there, but it looks fine. That looks like you just walk into the shower. I'm not 100% sure, but I think you just walk in there and like there's a shower. Laundry room, nice. Another bedroom. Nice bed, 4-poster bed. Isn't that beautiful? I shouldn't be distracted by that. It has nothing to do with the house, but it looks nice. There's another bathroom, really cool. Like those colors. Very nice. Tub, walk in. Here again, I think if we got in there, we might see that it needs a little bit of cleanup on some of the trim and stuff, but I'm nitpicking. You know, I like that. It looks like both the showers, you just kind of walk into them. There's not really a tub base, below you or whatever. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Did that thing it did have that, like garden tub kind of thing back over there. Like those cabinets too. Faucet, looks nice. Has a pool. Got some leaves in it, but it's not green, and I've got no lily pads, so it's pretty good. Yep, I like it. I like the house. I like the 2 acres. Excuse me. Got like a playhouse, a storage barn, a trampoline. The kids are pretty well set up here, I'm sure. Yep, beautiful. That was it, but we can't afford it. Going back to our model, I think we're still at 700 on this house. Yeah, 700 be a pretty good deal. You could probably buy it, flip it, make 50K, 60K, something like that, end of the day at 700. At 800, I think you would buy it, hold it, flip it, make nothing. And we're not in that business. We're in the business of making something, not nothing. I'll tell you that. All right, guys, that's it for today. Episode 53 is a wrap. Be sure to go to cashoffermasterclass.com if you want to get this calculator. And just remember, you can always find Cash Offer Masterclass by searching for it on YouTube or even on Google. You'll go right to the content. But you're already here. And because you are, could I ask one favor before we go? Please subscribe to the channel. This is a new thing, a growing thing. I think we just passed like 850 subs in 75 days of doing this. So we're really looking forward to passing 1,000 subscribers and what can we accomplish with this channel in 2026. I have a lot of great plans, but in order to have those great plans come to fruition, I really need a great group of people to work with, and that would be you guys. So special thanks to my 1% club that makes it to the end of my videos. I love you guys. For those of you that are watching me in real time, have a great, happy Thanksgiving. For those of you that see it later, have a great day, whatever's going on there for you. All right, guys, see you soon. Take care.